Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard for saying something bad about him in a newspaper. The case went to a jury, and were waiting for their decision. Throughout the case, things got really ugly, as is common in cases where people say bad things about each other. Johnny Depp's legal team had some advantages, like having cameras in the courtroom, and they used this to make Amber Heard look bad. They kind of attacked her in an old-fashioned way, like in the past when the #MeToo movement didn't exist. The main point of the case is that Amber Heard wrote in a newspaper that she was a victim of domestic abuse, even though she didn't say Johnny Depp's name. Depp says this article made him lose his job, and that's why he's suing her. Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for $50 million, and she's countersuing him for $100 million. He lost a previous case in 2020 where a British tabloid called him a wife beater, and the court ruled that most of Amber Heard's claims were true. It's a bit confusing why Depp would go to court again in this new case, because in civil cases like this, you just need more evidence on your side than the other person. But Depp has texts and a history of problems with drugs and violence, which make it seem like he's in the wrong. It's also strange that the judge in the case didn't dismiss it because the libel laws in the UK are tough for the person being accused. But it seems like Depp's main goal is to publicly embarrass Amber Heard and undermine the #MeToo movement. He's trying to make it seem like it's just a he said, she said situation and is using the court and the audience to support his personal vendetta. In simple words, tainting means trying to make a person look so bad that no one believes what they say. It's not about whether the person is good or likable. It's about trying to destroy their reputation. When people, especially women, speak out about something, they are often shamed and associated with bad things, like dirt or even feces. This makes it more effective to discredit them. In Johnny Depp's case, he tried to make Amber Heard look really bad, and it worked because it made people feel disgusted when they thought about the trial. Sometimes, those who harm others try to make it seem like the victim is actually to blame. They might say the victim is equally at fault or even caused the harm themselves. When women in abusive relationships come forward with their stories, they often face more blame, and sometimes the legal system doesn't help. Abusers can manipulate people's feelings and make themselves look like the victims, especially if they're good at getting attention from the public, like Johnny Depp. The fact that cameras are in the courtroom during Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's trial is causing a lot of harm. Unlike other high-profile trials, like Harvey Weinstein's or Taylor Swift's cases, this one is being shared all over social media, with many people making fun of Amber Heard and supporting Johnny Depp. They are posting mean things with hashtags like #AmberHeardisLiar. At the same time, there are people who are sharing videos of Johnny Depp trying to look good in front of the camera. Johnny Depp's behavior might not help him with the jury, but that doesn't seem to be his main goal. His actions could discourage other survivors of abuse from speaking out because they might be afraid of going through a nasty trial like Amber Heard's. It might make the #MeToo movement look like it's just a matter of one person's word against another. Depp's team is trying to make it seem like both he and Amber Heard are to blame, but in reality, it's one-sided. They are working to make Depp look better and hurt Amber Heard's reputation. They are turning a #MeToo story into a situation where it's just a he said, she said argument. The author is frustrated that society often gives abusers the benefit of the doubt and takes it away from women who come forward with their stories of abuse, and they believe this needs to change.